Hi people. I'm making a video on this because I was watching a, thing about the pressure situation. I don't know. Based on the video I was watching, it seems like people have been bashing this guy senselessly. So I want to know if it's reasonable.
We could have had everything we ever wanted. Everything we all wanted. And yet you went out of your way to destroy everything we had in the process. I'm smiling, by the way, grinning ear to ear, because I'll be enjoying every last moment of this.
Crazy
I don't do drama
intro.
videos. If you watch this channel for more than 5 minutes, you know that I cover pressure, grind it, literally spent months building a fan game, and absolutely love it with all of my heart. This game meant everything to me, and the person on top of it just destroyed all of that. I'm not here for views, I'm here because I am genuinely mad and disturbed at the community right now. And because somebody needs to actually say the right things, because right now, the community is quite literally embarrassing me and itself. For anyone who doesn't know, Ren,
Okay.
also known as No Longer Null, the composer behind Pressure's soundtrack, released a document over 100 pages and 235 screenshots, a timeline of physical photo evidence, her own messages, and the ones that even looked bad for her, included voluntarily, with full explanation of why. This isn't a vague accusation. This is literally the most detailed, most filling police report I have ever seen. And here we have
Okay.
Zeal. Your friend Zeal, as most know. The project lead and the creator of Pressure is accused of grooming her over the weeks before RDC of 2025, around October, and then sexually assaulted her in her hotel room, twice, while she was in a mental health crisis, while she was on new medication, and while she was crying so hard she lost her voice. I am not going to go to much more detail on that. However, if you want to know, read the document. And when he left after doing something so vulgar I will not be going into, his parting words were, "I'm not joking, can't wait for the Google Docs in 5 years." At the time, this was around the time that a lot of people were getting exposed and having the exact same format of Google Docs used as reports for this. And wow, quite the foreshadow there, Zeal. He already had the whole thing planned. He knew what he did. Whether he expected it to happen or not, or as just some sick joke, he made it anyway. After that night, Ren attempted to kill herself at the Roblox Awards and thankfully
Oh.
survived. She spent 6 months in therapy before she was able to write this document, finally deciding to. This is quite literally a crime we're talking about, by the way. Here's what makes it even worse. Zeal wasn't the only one who knew. Zerum and Kat, two other developers on the Pressure team, knew what happened. They knew, and they chose to protect him. They chose the game. They chose the money. They chose the, as the community calls it, and the document, the cash cow, over a 22-year-old that almost died. There are team members who are present during earlier incidents and said nothing. One made a joke while it was happening, saying, "Ew, gay." This isn't just about
Ew.
Zeal anymore. This is literally up to 4 different people. Specifically, the main ones, 3. Zeal, Zerum, and Kat. Now for the community response.
Okay.
And it's disgusting. Let's talk about all of you. The reason why this video is here in the first place. Because some of you are only making this so much worse. The people calling this drama, the people throwing slurs at developers that had nothing to do with this, and the people harassing artists, programmers, contributors who are literally quitting in support of Ren, and harassing Ren themselves. Gianni, Sebastian's voice actor, quit. Ellie, one of the programmers, quit. Cubism quit after they said they regret ever working with Zeal, in a very heartfelt note. Artists are pulling their work. People who dedicated real time and real talent to this game are walking away from it to stand with Ren. And you're attacking them. Are we serious?
Crazy.
Here's an analogy. If 2 employees at a company commit a crime, you don't burn down every employee's livelihood. You don't go after the janitor or just a random intern. You go after the people that actually did it.
Yeah.
Pressure has around 50 developers, now dwindling down a lot after the situation, but the people responsible here you can quite literally count on one hand.
Yeah.
If you somehow forgot, it's 3 out of over 50. Check the game's credit section. You'll learn a lot. And then there's this. Someone, I'm not linking it, and I'm not helping distribute it, uploaded the entire Pressure asset library. Every model, every texture, every piece of work from roughly 50 developers who had nothing to do with what Zeal did. And some people in the replies are saying jackpot and holy gem, which admittedly are funny images in most case scenarios, are acting like this is a win, which is horrible. Because someone quite literally said, I can't wait to yoink some of these. Well, that's a
like, okay, sure, people, yeah, sorry, I wasn't doing much commentary. Like, up till now, I'm like, but, yeah, no, that's not okay. Cause, like, if it was only the work of those 3 people, I mean, I guess that's okay, but, like, it's a big-ass team. You're leaking, like, people's hard, like, fucking work that they're paid for it. They're paid to do that. That's, you know, not great, not okay.
illegal. Anyways, this is not a win. This is theft. From artists and animators and builders and programmers who just found out their lead developer is a very problematic person and are already trying to deal with that. And you're taking all they—
Pretty ironic to say, oh, I support Ren, then you, like, you leak out the work of tons of people and more. They simply did it so people would know who they're supporting. Not, like, to fuck up everyone's shit, you know? It's fucked.
They had. Pressure is estimated to be worth millions.
Cause, like, you know, those 3 people, that he mentioned, yeah, no. Fuck those people. That doesn't mean you leak out the entire game. That's people's, like, hard-earned— no, they're not hard-earned. Just shit they worked on. It's fucked up.
And all those assets that are compiled in that file quite literally are not an estimate, guaranteed to be worth over $1 million. Much more than pretty much everyone watching has ever made in their lifetime. Distributing those assets is a copyright violation on a massive scale, and the person who uploading that is looking at very potential legal action. And honestly, good. I hope they get sued into the fucking ground. I don't think you understand how big that is. There is everything. All the sound designers, all the models, all the tiny little secrets that people spent so long finding out that you entirely just shattered and gave out to quite literally anyone with a computer that can run Roblox Studio. Lovely. You don't get to steal the work of 50 innocent people because you're angry at one of them. Or 3. Very reasonable. That's not justice.
Reasonable anger? That's not justice, though. That's a fucking— no.
That is just wrong.
Exactly.
There's not even a rhyme for that one, dude. You're fucking weird. And here's what you actually should be doing. For the love of God, stop calling this drama. This is a crime.
Yeah, it's not
Treat
drama.
it like one. Please, you immature children. Support Ren. Read the document, or don't if you don't want to be met with very disturbing things, and believe her. Not because you're supposed to believe everyone automatically, but because 235 screenshots, physical evidence, and a person who included their own worst messages and explained every single one of them is not someone that is going to be making everything up. Stop attacking developers who are already on the right side of this, and stop leaking assets. Stop using this as content bait or clout. And Zero, and Cat, you knew. You knew what you did. You are the few developers that I will not be forgiving out of this group. We could have had everything we ever wanted, and you went out of your way to take—
I like this video, just the fucking quoting of the Sebastian thing's a little cringe, but I mean, still. This is a good video. I don't get why it's being shat on that hard. Immature, pretty much.
Everything that was left. I loved this game. I genuinely, deeply loved the game. And I'm not gonna pretend that doesn't hurt. I built this entire thing you're watching this on right now off of this. I looked up for years and had personal conversations with some of the developers, including Zeal and Kat, the people that are mainly behind some of the series I did on this channel, just to find out that's what this did. But right now, the only thing that matters is that Ren gets support. And not like the people that spam this absolutely everywhere, thinking it's gonna cover up their heinous actions of entirely not following the lines of separate the art from the artist, and just slap on a go support Ren after saying the most vulgar shit I've ever seen, and then calling it a day. No, like, actually support. They make really good music. I literally listen to it almost daily, literally unintentionally. And the most disturbing part is actually that when they quit was actually the time that this happened. So, well, we finally got the answer to what happened back then and why Ren left the development team. This video isn't monetized. I'm not monetized in general. I am disappointed in you. And that's it. That's the video.
Reasonably. Yeah. No. Yeah, no, like. Yeah, like. Good video. So, why was it. What it lead into? That's what I'm worried about. Because, okay, I saw this thumbnail before for the second video, and I'm like, oh, great, they're just gonna blame the community for everything that happened and not talk about the actual stuff. But yeah, no. No, like, seems pretty good so far. I don't get the stuff.
I have killed myself.
Oh, okay, that's good they have the... Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough beginning message.
And before I tell you a single thing about what's in it, I need you to understand everything that came before it. Because that video didn't happen for no reason. It happened because of the community. And I need you to see exactly what the community did before we get anywhere near that video. Because what I'm about to show you is genuinely one of the most disgusting things I have ever seen online. And I've been on the internet for a long time. Let's go back to the beginning, because if you're just catching up, you need the full picture. Ren, also known as No Longer Null, was the composer behind Pressure's entire soundtrack up until Work the Way Part 1. 22 years old, former member of the Pressure development team, on April 8th, they released a document, nearly 300 pages, and 235 screenshots. I'm not going to read it out loud in detail. Out of respect for everyone involved, I'm keeping the explicit stuff on screen, but I need you to actually understand what happened, and I'd rather not.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. For context, I never, like, there might be pauses on the stuff he shows, because, I didn't fully read the document. It was too appalling for me to read, so I'm gonna read the bits that he puts in. There was way too many details I just couldn't stand through reading. But it made me put down Pressure over it, though. Oh no.
Not read that one out loud. She didn't hide the parts that made her look bad. She put them front and center and explained every single one herself.
Jeez.
That is not what a fake story looks like. The document spread everywhere. Fast, and within hours, the entire community had made up its mind. 12 hours. That's all it took. 12 hours for the verdict to be in. Guilty. No trial. No questions. No waiting. Just burn it to the fucking ground. Developers who had absolutely nothing to do with any of this Artists, animators, builders, programmers, and voice actors started getting harassed with slurs, death threats, even though they
Yeah, no, that's pretty shit. It's kind of like what happened with Grace, except with Grace is even more unreasonable because okay, racism bad, racism big bad, but you know, not worth attacking over. But with this, definitely reasonable to drop the game over it. Not to send people death threats though. That's not gonna help anybody. Just do what's comfortable for you and spread the word of what has been done. Don't just go, oh yeah, we're gonna send death threats like morons. Like, no. No. Oh, by the way, I'm probably gonna put a trigger warning at the beginning of this video. But yeah, no, that's fucked.
spent years building something beautiful, and they literally left in support for Ren. And look, even the people in my own Discord, people who aren't chronically online, people who are genuinely good and thoughtful, that didn't have much context, and some had full context, even they were shaken by how fast the entire thing moved. These are regular people trying to process something they genuinely can't comprehend. And what did Twitter do with it? They skipped the processing entirely. They went straight to the torches. And then, here's where it gets criminal. Someone uploaded the entire pressure acid library.
Which is fucked.
Every model, every texture, every single piece of work done from roughly 50 people, and over 450 plus in total, by the way. Those are just the main developers, dumped publicly online, free for anyone to steal. And the comments? Jackpot and holy gem. People in the replies acting like they just won a prize. Just so you know, if you use any of those, that's illegal. Anyways, let me tell you exactly what this is. Legally, distributing the assets of a multi-million-dollar game without authorization is copyright infringement. Under US copyright law, damages can reach up to $150,000 per work infringed, depending on how actually large it was. Pressure has hundreds of thousands of fully modeled assets and very high quality AAA models. The person who uploading that is looking at potential legal consequences that could financially destroy them. And you want to know what they did it for? They did it to punish one person, destroying 450 others in the process. And this isn't what Ren wanted either. Ren didn't want the game to be brought into this at all, but yet, here we are. This is just straight up theft and destruction, and people are
they're not trying to rip the game from you, but they're just trying to tell you what, you know, the developer you're supporting is. So, death threats and all that, not necessary.
Are calling it a win should be embarrassed. Jelly, Sebastian's voice actor, quit publicly in support of Ren. Ellie, one of the programmers, posted what turned out to be her first and last update. Cubism said they regret ever working alongside Zeal. Artists revoked their designs, composers walked away, people who gave years of their life to this project were leaving, doing the right thing, and the community attacked them anyways.
Which is
at that
stupid.
point, it wasn't about supporting Ren anymore. It was about the rush, the performance, the clout, the feeling of being on the right side of something without doing any actual work of understanding it, and doing the exact opposite of helping. Nobody waited. Nobody asked for more. Nobody stopped for even a second. They just burned it down.
AI is transforming customer service.
Oh my god, shut up about the AI. Shut up. Okay.
Then Zeal posted a video. The video is an hour and 33 minutes long. It was uploaded to YouTube and instantly taken down, and uploaded again for archival purposes, which I will not be linking, as all of them have been requested to be taken down. And I need you to understand what you're looking at before I tell you what he said. This is not a professional response, and there's no lawyer behind this. This is quite literally a person alone on their desktop, as Zeal usually does, with a notepad falling apart as he knows what comes next.
Once the recording of this video is complete, I will be scheduling it as a upload, and I will then be going upstairs, taking a kitchen knife and slashing my wrists.
Okay.
I have a lot I want to talk about first.
He starts by saying he had been writing a counter document, going through inconsistencies, putting together his side, and then, one by one, while he was still writing, his friends started leaving. His teammates started leaving. People I had worked alongside for years starting sending him messages telling him he was disgusting and that he should kill himself. A friend of 8 years, gone in a single message, without.
Okay, yeah, no. Saying he should kill himself, not reasonable. Not at all. Leaving somebody like that, though? Completely fair. Maybe not without, like, a reason why, but, like, if you're that uncomfortable, then yeah, leave. That's fine. Death threats? No. God, no.
Any explanation. He talks about being in love
saying
with
you
her.
should, sorry,
About
not
how-
that, sorry, saying somebody should, KYS, not okay. Not okay.
He had never been in a relationship before in his life. About how everything at RDC happened so fast and that he genuinely didn't know how to handle any of it. About how embarrassed he was, about how inexperienced he was, about how he never understood any of it and how it came across. He gives his full account of what happened. He says Ren asked to kiss him. He says he misread the signals of what they wanted. He says, can't wait for the Google Docs in 5 years. The line that sounded very cruel in text, but we don't really know what it was meant to be. You can't get the entire vibe of a sentence in one singular text. You need to actually be there to experience it, or at least have a description. He wasn't saying that joke, now proven by it, at all as a joke. It was him realizing, holy shit, I fucked up, and if you've ever done that, you try to crank a joke in a time of pure desperation. It was not him trying to predict anything. He inconveniently did it in the worst possible moment, because he didn't know what else to do. You can hear it in his voice when he explains it. There's no arrogance there. It's literally just a guy who is talking about what he said, and there's no reason for him to lie, because he knows what happens next.
I want to keep going, because I know what's gonna happen when I stop recording. I know what I need to do, and I don't know if I'm strong enough to do it.
Oh my god.
I want to fuck up and somehow manage to live.
He addresses the wet hair, which Ren said a lot in the document, and he says America is warm and he literally just showered. That's it. A small detail. But Ren framed it as a deliberate, literal preparing for what he was going to do. He says it wasn't, in which he has a very good point. Goddamn, America is hot. He addresses the one side blocking, Ren pointing out that he had never blocked her back after she blocked him, framing it as him keeping the door open so she'd crawl back to him. He even says he was still in love with her and couldn't bring himself to do it. He literally could not make himself block someone he had feelings for. He wasn't doing it to quite literally crawl back, he was just trying to be polite and just as accepting to their decision as possible. If you have ever been in that situation, you know exactly what that is. It's not manipulation, it's literally just a heartbreak. They are very, very different things, and this is why context matters. And then he spends the rest of the video apologizing.
Based on what I'm getting here so far, yeah, I still don't support Zeal at all. Fuck that guy. Death threats, not reasonable. Telling somebody to kill themselves, not reasonable. Getting the other devs under flames, not reasonable at all. I don't like the supportive light we're putting him in, but sure, he may have accidentally did some things. That doesn't mean it's okay. I really hope he gets prosecuted somewhere. Saying he should kill himself isn't okay, though. Not at all.
Not to the internet, not to the community, to every single person who ever worked on him. And Pressure, by name.
I want to say sorry to Boss, who was the first person I hired for the game. I'm sorry that you wasted all these years for nothing. And that it all comes crashing down in a wet fucking fart. And I'm so sorry. And I don't know what to say. I don't know. We didn't know each other very well, but you were such a good like programmer. You were so talented. I'm so sorry that you wasted your talent on this.
Christ.
I want to say sorry to Alti for making him waste time animating Sebastian as well as many other characters. And I want to say sorry to Rad for the same thing. I'm sorry for making you animate so much, even though it didn't matter in the end. I want to say sorry to Will and Hal and Sophie.
Oh my god, now is not the time for
Give me
advertisements.
another.
There you go.
For not appreciating your writing, and Kat too, for not appreciating your writing as much as I should have.
To the voice actors, Gianni, Fitzy, Artie, he apologizes to all of them for dragging them into something and ruining what their characters had meant to people. To the artists, to the builders, to the programmers who just joined and hadn't been there.
The apologies are respectable. Doesn't mean they gotta like him. You can respect an apology, you don't have to respect the person. It's like, oh yeah, nice apology. Don't care. Fuck off. Fuck off. Saying fuck off is very different from saying kill yourself, okay, guys? You could just say fuck you. Don't like you. Don't want to be involved with you. Okay. That doesn't mean you're telling somebody to die. Very different.
Long, he tells them he's sorry. He won't be able to pay them. That money was coming and now he won't be there when it arrives. He says he knows they need it and he's sorry. To his mom, who was sitting in the next room, who he had to lie to just to keep recording, who had mentioned multiple times throughout the video. Towards the end of the video, he started speaking in a different language. I can't quite tell what it is. However, must I know it, a bunch of people mocked it. I don't know if they're racist or downright weird, but for some reason, hearing someone cry, talking to their mother about how they're about to kill themselves in another language, is funny, apparently. And then, near the end, he says this.
I know what I need to do, and I don't know if I'm strong enough to do it. I don't want to fuck up and somehow manage to live. I want to do this right. I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I don't want to see your reaction to this. That would destroy me because you're so confusing, Ren. I don't know. I want to thank both of my fans and my employees and my friends and my voice actors for helping me get this far.
He really hoped he wouldn't fuck it up. And then it ended.
I'm glad he's not saying it as if he's innocent, though, because he's not. He really isn't. So that's, I guess, one good thing about that. You don't gotta accept the apology, though. Whoever's saying that is stupid. You don't gotta accept it. And also, the mention of saying you want to do that, I mean, this situation is something that none of us should really be roped into. It should have just been left at a document and people distancing. It shouldn't have come to this point. It really shouldn't.
We were left in limbo. No update. No message. Nothing. Just an hour and 30 minutes of a man saying goodbye to every single person he had ever worked with. And the silence. And it just kept going. People kept harassing, the comments were vulgar, and nobody even knew if he was alive. But I'm afraid I have good and bad news. He fucked it up. He's alive. He was hospitalized. He's receiving care, and his mother confirmed it publicly. And while he was in the hospital, and before
This situation's just something that we shouldn't be like the prosecutors of. We're not. You can distance all you want, though, because I have. Until I know something, I'm not going back to that game. Because what I read mortified me, and yeah. Until I know for sure that the game is in good hands, I'm not playing it. Ironic I play Forsaken, though. It's really ironic. I just don't know much about Forsaken's whole thing either. If anybody who watches this video wants to educate me in the comments, you can go ahead. I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
before we continue, there's one thing I want to point out, and you'll see this a lot. It's the community going against their own words. As stated by Zeal's mother, she wanted all of it taken down. Zeal was very clearly not in the right state of mind, and if you have re-uploaded it, you have taken advantage of a person at their lowest.
Yeah.
Exactly what you accuse Zeal of. I have unfortunate news, but as of right now, there is still many numerous copies with hundreds of thousands of views all over YouTube. You have violated all of your own words, and you disgust me. While this was happening in real life, this is what the internet was.
Yeah, no. Keeping that video up is kind of fucked. Like, I mean, I guess it's good that we know what's happening, but keeping it up is not a good thing. That video, even me simply hearing the audio made me uncomfortable. It's not something that should be around. Oh. I gotta close my door. There you go. Alright. Back to the chair. Okay. Yeah.
Was doing.
We really needed that power slide.
Check this out. Hide it.
It's okay, guys. He's with Tung Tung now.
What the
Pressure's
fuck?
music playing in the background as a joke on a hospital bed.
What the
Bro
fuck?
couldn't handle the pressure. When you low-key want to hate and all the comments are hating too. Laughing emojis.
What the
A laughing
fuck?
track inserted into clips of a man saying goodbye to his mother, very much knowing what came next. Quite literally not
What
even
the
able to say it with his
fuck?
own words and needing to write it on a notepad.
I had to lie and say that
I don't like hearing this. People who are reposting this. Okay. Okay. Stop. Please. Ooh. This is uncomfortable. Christ. Jesus. Oh.
To tell the video what he was about to do. We got Zeal going down before GTA 6.
What the
Like it's
fuck?
any form of joke.
That's not funny.
I hope
Yeah.
he's with one of the tree people from the Badlands. Referencing a pressure entity because that's funny, apparently.
That's not
And then
funny.
this one. I'm not gonna read it exactly as it was written. Zeal uploaded an hour-long video just to record himself sobbing into a microphone and making no moves to even defend himself. He defended himself for an hour and 30 minutes, alone, on camera, while his friends were abandoning him in real time and random people were telling him to die. That's not...
I don't think people abandoning, at least some people abandoning him is not okay. I think leaving somebody that you don't really know the full certainty of is okay in a sense. I think that's fine. The probably blast me morally. That's how I would do something though. As for the telling someone to go die, no. Like, sure, I get mad after I cut off a friend or something. I, like, really am mad at the person. That's a phase! You don't actually act on, oh yeah, you should go kill yourself. You don't say that to people. You don't! 'Cause no! Like, no! Anyhow.
Making no moves, that is literally him giving up on his entire life. A real person in a real hospital after a real suicide attempt, and you made it a meme. Another person says a man standing alone, even against everyone, will still try to defend them.
Okay, he's not fully innocent. That I can agree with. At least in my stance of the whole thing. Again, none of us are prosecutors. We don't know what's happening. It should be taken to a legal sense. That's not our fucking business. But anywho, the most we could do is support, Ren through. People should have just supported what she wanted. I don't know. I don't know what Ren goes by. But, you should have just supported what they were wanting us all to do. And just, take the info and do what you will with it. Don't fucking send death threats. Don't attack developers. Don't fucking commit something that would get you fucking sent to jail. Like, putting a whole fucking thing that could get copyrighted to hell and back and, isn't your work. That's fucked. Regardless of what happened, that's fucked. But anywho, back to the video.
Themselves. Not only is that not true, but what does Zeal have left, as stated by him, to defend for? That's why the document never came to be. He had already lost everything.
Yeah.
I genuinely do not have words for how disgusting that is. And I'm not gonna pretend I do. Now I have to be extremely careful here, because this is the section where I could say the wrong thing, and I refuse to do that. I'm not saying that Ren's document is fabricated or fake.
No.
I'm not saying nothing
It doesn't
happened.
seem it, no.
What I'm saying is that two people can experience the same events in completely different ways. We are
Exactly,
human.
yeah.
Communication is unclear. Ren had
Yes.
bipolar disorder, and no one was processing anything in a healthy communication way. They had no idea what they were saying at some parts. Let me go with some specific things the community ran with, and what the fuller picture actually looks like. The update dropped. Ren implied Zeal pushed out the pressure update right as everything was collapsing, to grab one last bag of money before it all came down. I personally looked into this, because it sounds like a whole lot of bullshit. The upload schedule was set in advance, and had since been confirmed by other members of the development team. The timing was a coincidence. A very horrible coincidence. It was not a cash grab. He wouldn't even know the document was coming. You had him blocked. Then there's the wet hair. This was presented as evidence of preparing for what he did. He showed up freshly showered, therefore apparently planning on what he was going to do. And what actually happened is he showered because it's hot in America and he was sweaty. That's it. One singular explanation versus a very, very wrong interpretation. And they instantly chose the wrong side. Lovely. Now,
I have a complaint about this video as well. The background's kind of some of the background stuff's kind of distracting with the text. I love Bloody Devastation, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty distracting for what you're talking about. This is just constructive criticism here. I'm agreeing with some of these points, honestly. I really don't know why people are attacking this guy. Really don't get it. He's just doing the logical thing of, not taking a certain side yet. In general. Because that's not our thing to do. We weren't there. It's all up to legal matters. But, I don't support the game anymore. I don't like being involved with it. It makes me uncomfortable because of what I read. Because, reading a thing about in detail sexual assault isn't exactly appealing, Because no duh. So, yeah. Anyhow.
Now for Cat. This one matters a lot, and I want to explain it properly. A lot of people believe that Cat was told by Zeal the entire story, and was holding it behind bars and not telling anyone else for money to protect the, as the document says, the cash cow. The document implied that Kat knew about the assault and chose to protect the game, the cash cow framing. They also said that Kat knew that she was covering up something wrong. But here's one thing. Having watched the Zeal's full response and using basic common sense of the situation, what Kat almost certainly knew, and only knew, is what Zeal himself believed at the time, which is not, I assaulted someone. It was, something embarrassing and complicated happened between me and Ren. She's telling people about it even though I asked her not to. I feel like my privacy was violated, and I'm mortified. That is almost certainly exactly what he told Kat, because that is what he genuinely believed. And Kat, by keeping that in confidence,
Yeah, like I said before, this whole thing just shouldn't be out there. Or, well, okay, no. The document being out there, reasonable. That's fine. I get it. But, you know. People are dragging it way out of proportion. People leaving and all that is completely fine, though, and reasonable. Like, entirely.
was being a good colleague and a decent friend, not covering up a crime they knew about, just keeping a private embarrassing situation private, the way a good friend would, and treating them as the same thing as how an innocent person gets their account mass reported into deletion. Which is what happened, or at least we're led to believe, other than her fleeing the situation, which is very reasonable, must I say. And if you don't believe this still, just so you know, quite literally, Zerum and Kat both reposted the document, because from their perspective, they were like, holy shit, push this out. I didn't know this was happening. Oh my god. They were actually in support. And you guys thought they were doing it to cover it up. You really think anyone would think that would work? Oh yeah, I covered up the whole situation in the crime scene. I'm just gonna report, I'm just gonna show the document and call it a day. My record is cleared. And now Zerum is a very separate situation. The evidence around Zerum manipulating artists for free work, homophobia, and other behavior outside of pressure, that stands on its own. And I'm not defending it. But Kat and Zerum are not the same person in the community. They both most likely knew the same thing. So, forgive Kat. Not Zerum, though.
Now this is some seriously athletic stuff, while this is a little more athletic-ish. And at Sierra, we love it all.
Christ.
The thing nobody is saying. I need to say something that I genuinely have not seen anyone else say out loud. Every person who posted a meme, every person who typed "rot in hell", every person who put a laughing track on a clip of that video, every person that commented he deserved it, or he's a tongue now, posting hospital bed jokes, and also, can't forget, the infinite amounts of fuck yous. You were participating in his suicide attempt. Not metaphorically, like you didn't just, oh, I witnessed it, weh. No, you literally were. The man was watching the responses while he was still in the room. He saw his friends leave. He watched the jokes pile up. He watched the thousands of people who had never exchanged a single word with him, decide in under 12 hours on a one-sided situation with no evidence coming back from him that he deserved to die.
Yeah,
He
that's
said
not
so
okay.
in the video. He said he hoped he wouldn't fuck it up because he didn't want to wake up and have to see everyone's reactions. He literally watched you. He took your advice. Everything you said compiled to this. And he tried to kill himself. You didn't do anything, necessarily physically, but you handed someone a reason to do what they did. And a lot of you did it without even watching his response. You saw a 2-minute clip or a summary. Someone sent you a screenshot of the crying parts. You saw the embarrassing moments stripped of all context and you just pulled on. You didn't read the room. You didn't read the document. You performed an absolute outrage. Closed the app, went to sleep, and a man almost didn't wake up with you. And the absolute worst part, half of you are probably going to see this video, watch the clips, maybe feel something, then go back to this god-ridden site and do it again next time, because it was never about Ren. It was about justice. It was about the dopamine hit of, for some reason, thinking you're on the right side of a community and having an excuse to do horrid actions. And now, someone's in the hospital. I loved this game. I've said it before, and I mean it every time. I built a fan game inspired by it. I covered...
Okay, again, not to be mean. I really don't think we should make this about the game. You really... Well, actually, no, it is necessarily. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, actually. Let me think. The repetitive mention, I mean, while it does help understand your view a little more, I don't know if it's necessarily needed that much. Because, I mean, you could still play the game. No one's gonna attack. Okay, well, no, people definitely will attack you for it, but, like, you know. You could play a game. That's fine. That is entirely fine. People may attack you, though, because they're fucking immature. Like, I always have hated separating the work from the artist sometimes, because it's kind of hard to. But, yeah. Back to watching, sorry.
Or did obsessively. I made video after video. It was genuinely something I cared about. Something I was proud to be a part of as a creator. And it's gone now. Not because of what Ren said. Not because of what Zeal did. It's gone because of you. A community of people deciding that burning it down felt better than waiting the measly 24 hours it took.
Can we stop with the... Okay, again, can we stop with the Sebastian thing? I love Gianni. Please, stop. Oh my god.
For a response. 50 people's work. 450 in total. Years of their lives. Gone. Because you all decided that once you get one side, you will always be on the right one. We still do not have the full picture. Legal proceedings are coming, and more information will come out.
Exactly.
When it does, I want you to remember how fast you moved. I want you to remember the jokes, whether you were one to make them or not. I want you to remember that you were so certain, so quickly, about something that you understood so little of. To Ren, whatever the full truth turns out to be, you came forward, and that's impressive. I genuinely hope you get the support and peace and the justice you deserve.
Yeah.
I'm not taking...
Yeah, no, Ren does definitely support them. 100%. This doesn't mean send Zeal death threats. I've read a bit of the document that Ren had. I literally did not go through the entire thing because I was that disturbed by the topic of the essay. It made me very uncomfortable, which, you know, reasonable. I don't think anybody gets comforted by that. But, you know, I couldn't get myself to finish the document. But yeah, 100% support Ren. And support what they said. Don't fucking send death threats! Don't send things to tell people to kill themselves. That's not okay. Common sense, people, please.
Taking anyone's side. And to Zeal, I hope you recover. I hope you get help. And whatever the full truth is, I hope you genuinely reckon with it.
Yeah.
Not for everyone else, but yourself. To the developers, and the artists, and the animators and the composers, the programmers, the voice actors, who had nothing to do with any of this and got harassed anyways, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve any of it. Not even close. This just is what happens.
You really miss
oh my god.
of the shots you don't take. I'm learning to listen to that every day.
Oh my god.
And a note to the people that still say, what do I do now? With my pressure plussing. Whatever you really want to do with them, they're their own characters. You can disassociate. I saw someone burn one. Grow up. And they did all this from an assumption, by the way. So, in the end, to everyone that contributed to the actions of Zeal, I give you a heartfelt fuck you.
Reasonable,
because
honestly.
You always said that Zeal should burn in the deepest pits of hell. And, you know, that can be said very well right back at you. You influenced and helped in someone's suicide attempt. and I hope you feel great about yourself. Because you did it anyways. I don't care. You can't say, oh, well, I just saw the rest of the community talking about it. I guess I can too. No, that's not how this works. You take responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, so what? At the time, there wasn't a video counterclaiming. Shut! That only makes your situation almost worse, really.
Yeah, okay, sorry to cut the video off. Oh my god, this video's gonna be long. I'm not watching the other two on recording because it's more of him just responding back to morons. But, yeah, no. Like, dropping the game is fine. Not wanting to associate the characters anymore, that's fine. Sending death threats and making those kind of jokes is not a straw you should pull, you know? It's fucked. 'Cause holy.
Because not only if there was even a comeback, what you said was insanely fucked up.
Yeah.
You still did this with zero accountability and zero reason. Because there wasn't even a response. And, you know, there was gonna be a response. Except no one waited. And instead the response we got was a man killing himself. Thankfully surviving. So,
Yeah.
a warm, heartfelt fuck you.
Reasonably.
And, you know, as of editing this, I just saw Creekcraft, you know, say that he should burn in the deep pits of hell. So, Creekcraft, this one goes out to you. Wow, you're one of them. The issue is, he said such before the statement, and only had one side. So, to anyone here today who actually was mature and waited for the other side, I thank you, and I hope you sleep well tonight, knowing that you are quite literally of more profound value straight from my heart and of everything than a very, very questionable YouTuber's statement, which is popular for all the wrong reasons. To put that in simpler terms, you're smarter than Creekcraft now. I don't know why you guys found this so hard.
I don't think telling people to burn in hell in general is okay with this. Definitely not liking people is reasonable though, because I guess I'd kind of apply, but I didn't attack anybody. All I did was simply be like, okay, yeah, here's this info. So, I'm not gonna support the game, but you can if you want to. You can't control somebody. You know, they can do what they want. Death threats is not okay. Silently acting is okay. Not wanting to favorite a game anymore, disliking it, not wanting to be associated, that's entirely fine. Being uncomfortable is fine. I was uncomfortable. But with the out of proportion shit that people have done with it, like making fun of a guy crying saying he's gonna kill himself, no. Like, holy.
I don't refer to anyone. I don't refer to everyone. I refer to the people I mentioned.
Fair enough.
I hold that tight. You disgust me.
Fair enough.
Matter of fact, no. You disgust me! We literally could have had everything we ever wanted. And everything everyone wanted. And you went out of your way.
Oh my, okay.
To take everything we all had left in the process.
Okay. I really do appreciate the sentiment, but please stop with the Sebastian thing. I like your voice, though. That is so unrelated to the scenario. This is way too serious. I'm sorry. But, yeah, no. Yeah. Probably citing the Sebastian thing like 3 times. I mean, it is a good thing to get the point out there, though, because some morons can't fucking listen. But, yeah. Good video. I'm gonna finish it now.
And you expect us to sit idly by and keep smiling like nothing ever happened on both ends. And I'm smiling all right. because now you get to live with that decision for the rest of your life. And the best part, you'll get reminded over and over again. You'll come back. You'll know, and it will be waiting. You have no one to blame but yourself. You're in a hell of your own making, and
okay,
you're never getting out!
Okay. Okay, so my general view on this, the "we could have had it all" thing, a little cringy. Okay, saying cringe is not okay in this scenario. Let me phrase that better. Not exactly what I would do in this kind of scenario. That's also self-centered. That's not what I meant either. But yeah, no. I entirely understand the points of, yeah, no, immature. Yeah, no, people, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, no, don't send death threats. Yeah, no, don't steal an entire fucking game. The repeating over and over the same quotes, though, I can understand why people would kind of make fun of that. But it is just to drive a point home that people, you're mental. What's wrong with you? But, yeah. I thought I'd review these so people know that I at least know what's happening, because I have made pressure videos before, regardless if I'm popular or not. I'm not. I know I'm not. I still thought I'd commentate, though, in this endless pool of the internet. So overall, I'd say good video. Good way to spread the message. Some things are a little overdone, that's about it though. Thank you for being a good source of news, because I didn't know anything about Zeal's side. I don't really support him, though, and feel uncomfortable. I'm kind of a sheep. I follow, you know. If the overall moral distinction is that support to the game still, then I will, but till, you know, the legal shit goes onward and more stuff comes out, I'm not gonna touch the game. Which is sad, because I bought things, but, you know. So that was Comet. So, signing off here. Yup. I've made a serious video, so sorry if it came off in poor taste. Bye-bye.